What is up? My name is Matt. Welcome to Diggin. Today we are doing a little bit different video. We are at the Fraternal Cemetery here in Pratt City, Alabama, and I've got to be honest, this is one of the craziest cemeteries I have ever been around, I've ever seen. Behind me, what you're seeing is just a massive, absolutely grown up cemetery. This place was started in 1881. And it still has modern burials all the way up until the last 10 years. There's a lot of neat stuff in here, but we're gonna go walk around stuff. I mean, there's people buried here, but this is phenomenal. Let's go look around. You'll get the scope of this place in a second. So I know what you're saying, Matt, this looks all right. There's some grass cut in here, but there is one gentleman who attempts to keep up this hospital, or this cemetery, and he only cuts what he can, and he uses his own personal equipment, his own money to cut it. But we're gonna go have a look around. This is a Caraway member. They are a member of the Caraway family, a prominent family here in Pratt City. This is a burial from 1942, but all throughout here, we're trying not to get bit by a snake, but it's just headstone and tombstone and burial, and there's a headstone under here. This is absolutely wild. Some of these headstones have been knocked off their pedestal and re-stood back up, and it just keeps going and going and going. I am floored at this. Wow. I can't help but talk about, in a lot of these kind of exploring videos, how fast nature overtakes things. But this is a prime example. Everywhere I walk, everywhere I look or see, all I see is headstones and places that nature has completely taken over. And I am surprised if I don't get lost in here. See, this is a child's headstone, October 15th, 1914. So it looks like, what is that? 1915. So, man, just tucked away in here. Let's go see if we can see some of the more larger mausoleums and things like that. I mean, just everywhere you turn, there are headstones and mausoleum or markers, or even if there aren't headstones, there are little brick walls, and most of these headstones I can't even get to. It's just unbelievable. I've never been in a place like this before. I think we take for granted well-kept cemeteries where I live, but it's just, this is wild. Another another terrible thing about this cemetery is in the early 1900s, Birmingham experienced a series of axe murders. Really terrible to think about, but one of those murders is actually buried here. Now, to actually find that headstone and visit that person would be almost impossible, as this place is much like a jungle. And then you have some of these headstones don't even have markers on them anymore. They're just the bases. And to give you a scope of this place, it is gigantic. It was probably a quarter-mile drive in here. There's Brandon in the back from Adventure Archaeology, and I would go check that out, but there's a lot of poison oak around there, and I don't do well with that. But just absolutely gigantic. headstones tucked in these different different places here. Let's see this one right here. So this is an Evans, Steve Evans, 1906 to 1921. He was a young guy. I would imagine you could also, there's a lot of Spanish flu burials here as well.
There's a website you can go to.
Okay.
For this, it's Eternal Cemetery. There's 3 cemeteries here.
Right.
Here,
on the edge of the
Greenwood
road
next door, and then across the road, as you want to curve down there, is crap. What's the name of that? Just forgot the name of it. Anyway, it's on the far side of the road as you go down that way.
Okay. So you come out here and take care of this place, or?
I take care of. I've got back down here. I've got a grave that I take care of. I got 2 in here, 1 back down there, 1 over there, and 1 further down there.
Yeah.
And I take care of those. Plus, I cut a little extra.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that got people buried this. Well, most people out here are dead. You know, there's just not anybody to take care of anymore.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I told him. I said, I don't know if the church was disbanded that this was associated
well,
with. Well,
actually, this was Eternal Cemetery, and the church used to, part of the church was across the street.
Right.
There's a big Catholic church across the street
Mm-hmm.
where they care is. And, but this was the Eternal Cemetery. And I said, then there was Greenwood and Foley is the other one on the other side, I think.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them total.
Wow.
What do you do?
Adventure Archaeology is the name of my channel, and his is Gone Digging. He's actually from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And I do a lot of bottle digging. I look for antique bottles. I do a little metal detecting, a little bit of everything. And I told him, I said, this is a really neat place. He's actually about to fly out in the next hour, go back to Virginia. I said, let's go stop by. And when I saw you cutting the grass, I said, wow, that's the first person I've seen actually taking care of it. I said, he's a one-man army. I said, it'd take an army to clean this place up.
Well, there used to be another gentleman that would be out here a bunch, and he would, you know, he took care of a little, but he was a lot older than me, and and I haven't seen him at all this year. Foley Preservation, is it? Excuse me, Fraternal Greenwood Foley Cemetery Preservation Society. It's on Facebook.
Gotcha. Tell her I'll put a link in there and maybe we can get some help out here.
Yeah, he said he's gonna put a link in there. Maybe it'll help get some people who want to come out here and work.
Or maybe just give a donation or 2.
Yeah.
So there you go. A little more about the cemetery here. Absolutely unbelievable. This gentleman's behind us, and he helps cut, takes care of a few graves out here. But if you're interested in supporting the work that they do to keep this place preserved as best as possible, we'll supply a link in the description so you can go check out and learn more about the Fraternal Cemetery here. So as always, thanks for watching. My name's Matt. This is Gone Diggin'. We'll see you later. This is what I was hoping wasn't going to happen. I've just blown out my flip-flop, and this is the worst because I got to go get on a plane. I wonder how we can make this work. It's not going to be good though.